Live from the City of Angels, it's the MMT Sunday Night Spectacular. Thank you for being here. Let's get started with a rewind to Thursday night with the box office preview show and yours truly telling you what Barbie was going to do this weekend. Listen up. Again, guys, the word is phenomenon. That is what we are witnessing with Barbie. So, what do I have for the projector second weekend? Look at this. I've got it at 90 million this weekend. Let's stop right there and pull up the email directly from Warner Brothers and look at Barbie. 93 million. We were just a shade off, but there is time tomorrow to have that number maybe come down and we nail it. We're good. Thanks for being here this Sunday night. Barbie has hit $775 million worldwide. Look at the numbers. Guys, this is insane. I mean, you got a domestic haul of 351, international 423. Remember all those people like, well, Barbie's not going to travel. Barbie's a domestic thing. Nobody overseas wants to see this movie. Oh, really? More people overseas at 423 versus 351. Total of 775 rounded up. That is lights out. Guys, this is so rare that we see a film like this in the marketplace, right? And then you combo that with Oppenheimer, and we're talking about just a rare, not once in a lifetime, but it's something we're not going to see anytime soon with two movies just absolutely slaughtering it like these films are right now. Let's stay on Barbie. We'll go to Oppenheimer in a moment. Okay, so United States, 351. UK is doing really well, 61.6, Australia 30, Mexico 41, and you can see the rest of the numbers there. I want to get to the highlights of Barbie because this is what's really fascinating about the film. When you look at, we talk about phenomenon, right? And we use that word so often. I mean, it's like a word we use like masterpiece. Every other film's a masterpiece. So this is a word we should not break out very often because it's very rare that we see this. And look, second largest weekend in Warner Brothers history. Think about the storied history of Warner Bros. Going back a century, looking at all the films, their catalog, and this is the largest second weekend in the history of that studio. Fastest to climb to 300 million. The fastest, beating all Batman films, all superhero, everything. It is the fastest film to hit 300 million domestic in Warner Brothers history. You still have that A+ cinema score from Young Women. By the way, that's important. Why is that important? Because they are going to this movie not once, twice, three, maybe four times. When you start seeing these numbers and Barbie's going to keep climbing, it's because you get repeat business. You saw that with No Way Home. You're seeing it here with Barbie, a little bit with Super Mario with that number of 1.3, was it 1.4 billion worldwide. Whenever you get these numbers, you're getting repeat viewing. Maverick last year, no question about that, as it hit 700 plus million. I don't think Barbie can get to 700 million domestic. Clearly, it's going way past a billion, right? And we're going to get a Barbie 2, no question about that, because Warner Brothers is like, we needed this. This is the biggest thing to happen to us in a long time. Top 10 locations. I like going over this with you guys because I know you guys are film heads. You are theater fanatics just like me. Maybe your spot is in here. Mine is number one. Are you surprised? AMC Burbank, 5 minutes from my house. Number one again this weekend. AMC Empire, New York City. AMC Lincoln Square, New York City. Regal Irvine Spectrum, Orange County, just south of LA. AMC Grove, heart of LA. AMC Boston Common, my old theater. Ken Murray, shout out here on the Sunday night. That was my old place for all the screenings in Boston. Love that place. Number 7, Century City, Barbie, and Ken. Ken clearly loves Century City. And look, it's number 7. Regal Union Square, New York City. 8, Disney Springs, Orlando. Lots of tourists down there, along with the Orlando folks. Used to live there. That is number 9. And then number 10 is in Toronto, the Cineplex Scotiabank. Top 10 markets: LA, New York, San Francisco, Chicago, Dallas, DC, Toronto, Philadelphia, Houston, and Boston. Internationally, and then we'll get to Oppenheimer, your comments. By the way, Super Chat me tonight. It's going to be so much easier. Producer Nate is likely going to pop in for a little bit, but since I'm rolling solo for right now, Super Chat's going to make it really easy for me, even if it's like 99 cents. I don't care. It makes it easier for me to dig through the comments. Okay, let's get to international highlights. Number 1 film of the weekend, both international and worldwide, for the second weekend in a row. It is taking over the universe right now. Again, that number 775, and the hold is minus 32% overseas. It was minus what, 44, 43 here in the States, and even better overseas. And look, some of these markets are going up. Taiwan plus 37, Germany plus 29, Hong Kong plus 19. I mean, it's, again, we say it and we've said it how many times? Count. Take a shot every time you hear me say phenomenon. Number one rank in 57 markets, and it's just unreal. I mean, you look, it says here, among previous Warner Brothers releases, Barbie has surpassed the lifetime grosses of Batman versus Superman, The Batman, Dunkirk, Dune, and Interstellar. That's in Europe. It's beaten all those films in Europe. That is, again, mind-blowing stuff. All right, let's get to your comments. A couple of them here on Barbie, and then we are going to get right into Oppenheimer because we got a 1-2 punch here. It is just so unusual to have this. And as we go forward, guys, we look to the movie-going calendar. I'll do that here in a little bit. I want to pull up the weekends upcoming. Once we get past TMNT and the Meg 2, we're in trouble. And we're in trouble until Dune 2 if Warner Brothers leaves it. Please leave Dune 2 in 2023 and do not move it out of there. I hope they can get this strike settled. I know that's part of the reason they want to move the film. But we all should be praying legit that we get Dune 2 this year. All right, comments here on Barbie. How many of you have seen it by now? I bet you all of you, even if you didn't want to, you have now seen Barbie because you have to. It's now reached that point. We talk about the zeitgeist. It's reached a level where if you haven't seen it, you're not cool, man. I mean, what are you doing? You haven't seen Barbie. Maybe even twice. I still have only seen it once, but at least once. At least one time. Otherwise, how can you have these conversations? It is absolutely, John, a zeitgeist moment. And we don't, in theatrical, it's rare. We had it with Maverick. We had it with Super Mario. And, Marvel films, yes, for sure. I mean, that's trailing off, as we've seen. Even though Guardians 3 did pick up business, it's not the same as it was with Endgame. You talk about a film that was as white hot and as zeitgeistical as it gets. It was Endgame. But even though Barbie is not at that level, it's still in like the sphere, right? The sphere of zeitgeistness. It's in there. And we don't get that at all. So that's why it's super exciting to see this happen. Barbie's not a masterpiece. Watch it, superhero movies. So, go back and watch my stream, by the way. Those of you who have never seen what I had to say about the film, multiple streams, me and Menzel talking about it. I cut a shorter video out for that. You can listen to my thoughts. Very frustrating film for me. I think it can be a better film with making some changes to what is there and not adding, but subtracting film. Okay. Real Russell Wilson, Ben Shapiro said that Barbie was going to collapse this weekend. That's why we watch MMT. This is why you can't be biased and have opinions on things such as box office, because you don't want to see it succeed. And don't get me wrong, we've done that many times. I just told you Haunted Mansion, I didn't want to see it do well this weekend. It didn't. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But when you are a far right or a far left commentator, you can't even be objective anymore. And that makes you and renders you useless. And I don't understand why you guys watch these people that just rail on woke shit all day. It's just not interesting to me. I'd rather watch someone who I don't know what they're going to say. I'm like the guy when you don't know what I'm going to say because I'm objective. Like the guy in the R-rated movie, right? Swingers. That's who I want to be. I don't want to be like the guy that you know what's going to happen every time. Give me a break. Boring. Okay, let's do Oppenheimer because I nailed this too. Well, I was a little off. I had it at 52. It ends up with, I believe, 48 was the number. Let's pull it up and go directly to the email from Universal. 400 million global, okay? Which in a normal condition, and we're talking about box office, this is all we'd be discussing. But because you have Barbie doing the numbers it's doing, Oppenheimer's like, yeah, and there's Oppenheimer at 400 million, an R-rated 3-hour, granted, Christopher Nolan, I'm not stupid. That's why this film is at 400 million. He is an event director. And one of the big takeaways from this weekend is the fact that you now have this Oppenheimer extended IMAX run. Because it's doing so well, they are going to keep it in the IMAX theaters up until the middle of August. I believe it's like the 16th, 17th. Here it is. In light of an extraordinary performance, IMAX is extending Oppenheimer's run an additional week through August 16, 17, with plans to bring it back in IMAX in late summer or fall as it gets dead. They're just like, hey, by the way, Oppenheimer tonight, 8 o'clock. That is how we need to do it in Hollywood. The theater chains need to have more flexibility with those PLF screens, IMAX in particular. Go back and look at Moon Age Daydream, a film that I adore. I saw 4 times in theaters, and I saw it 3 times in IMAX because it was essential to see in that format. And they did that with that film. They were like, oh, by the way, we're going to put it tonight at 8 o'clock, Moon Age Daydream. I'm going. Oppenheimer will do the same thing. You take it out of IMAX, you put it back in there in like October. Why not just run it up until October with this crap slate of films that are coming up? None of these warrant IMAX. Now, I'm not stupid, okay? Oppenheimer's not going to be doing these numbers forever. I mean, Oppenheimer's a difficult film to watch more than once. I would suggest, by the way, check this out. I want to share this with you guys. If you didn't see it, this is me, okay? This was me last night at Oppenheimer in IMAX. This was me at Oppenheimer in IMAX 70 millimeter. What's the difference? One's 70 millimeter, one's not. So we'll make sure everyone understands that. Big difference. One's film and one is just regular IMAX. Okay, next this is 70 millimeter. I have seen all 3 PLF formats, ladies and gentlemen, of Oppenheimer. And I do, because I'm the first person to call that, I have now set that world record. I was the first person to do Barbenheimer. And I'm telling you now, you know I'm right. Give me a like. I am the first person to claim to have seen all 3 PLF formats for Oppenheimer. That gives me the Trinity, which I wish I used on the tweet instead of trifecta. The Trinity is mine, and you can't take it away from me. All right, let's go to the comments here on Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer comments, and then we roll into Haunted Mansion. It's going to be fun because I told you this film was dead. It was dead meat. It was mince meat. Giacomo, Oppenheimer today, saw it for the first time. I found it interesting that for a movie sold on something, I lost you there. Maybe you missed it a key. Here's what I'll say about now having seen Oppenheimer, the vast majority. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I stepped out of the auditorium for a while. I've seen the film. Here's what I will say about multiple viewings of Oppenheimer. When you see it that second, and if you go a third time, you really start to understand how Nolan assembled it. The first time, I don't care who you are, it's disorienting, right? Because you've got the 3 different stories being told, different timelines, and you're trying to figure out what's going on. When you watch it the second and third time, you get it, and you really see the mastery of Christopher Nolan from a calibration level. I don't necessarily love a story that is this complexly told, but you have to give it up for his absolute gumption and him going for it. Anytime somebody goes for it, I'm going to be all in on it. And I think I appreciate the film more having seen it now 3 times. I recommend you at least see it a second time. You're going to see things you didn't the first time. The first thing that I noticed when I watch Oppenheimer, reading that second and third time for sure, is just, God, Ludwig's score is something supernatural. When you're sitting there, you feel it in your soul. And we talk so often on MMT about an element of a film that raises it out of just an average level and pushes it closer to the stratosphere. And Ludwig Göransson's score in Oppenheimer is one of those things. And if it is not nominated, and I just mean, let's just start with nominated for an Academy Award. Tenet wasn't. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I'm not kidding around when I say this. If the Academy does not nominate Oppenheimer, I will be in front of the Academy Museum, which is their, virtual headquarters here in LA. They have an actual headquarters. We're going to go there, and I'm going to picket outside with signs. I'm going to ask anybody and everybody out there in the MMT audience that's in LA to join me. We will get our voices heard if Ludwig's score for Oppenheimer is not at a minimum nominated. It better happen. Because if it doesn't, we're going marching. We're going to do the WGA SAG. We're going to get out there and do exactly what they do outside Warner Brothers down the street from me every day. Every day I drive by that place on the way to the gym. There they are. They're out in force early because if you stay late, it's too damn hot. It's been like 95, 100, and everyone's like, I'm out of here. It's noon. Goodbye. I did my time. I'm done. Any other comments here? And we're going to roll on to Haunted Mansion. I'm going to savage it. You guys ready? It's gonna be fun. And then we're gonna play a couple things tonight. We're gonna have a new shill. We're also gonna have our whack film review of the week. And we are going to talk about Talk to Me, which did the second best A24 opening ever behind Hereditary. That's really impressive. And other things here on this Sunday night. So it's open, whatever you want to talk about when we get there. But right now, let's focus on Oppenheimer, the sound design. Michael, when I go back and watch the initial reaction stream when I came out of Universal IMAX 70mm, what did I say? In fact, I want to say that I'm the first person to notice this. And I hope you guys pay attention to when I dial in on certain aspects of film. I know what I'm talking about. And when I watched Oppenheimer, what did I tell you guys? Go back and let's find it. I'm going to go find the tweet because I don't like doing this and then having someone go, well, wait, no. We're going to find exactly what I said. And I want to make sure that now that you guys have seen it, you go, my God, Weber's right again. Because that's ultimately what this is. You've got a really high batting average here with this guy. Okay, here we go. Let's find it. Let's hit this, share this tab, and let's find my thoughts on Oppenheimer. Where is it? I got so many. Here we go. Let's do it. Here we go, guys. Ready? Boom. Okay, listen to what I said. This is one of the first reactions out of the film. It is massive scope cinema that will prove extremely challenging for all but the most dialed in hardcore filmgoers. I stand by that. Having seen it 3 times, if you are not ready to challenge yourself and Nolan, what he gives you, and for dense, that film takes so much bandwidth, you're in trouble. Nolan has perfected his sound design, allowing dense dialogue to be audible within Göransson's ever-present, booming, next-level plus score. Guys, I told you that the problem with Nolan going back to Interstellar, and I would even say Dark Knight Rises when it started, is when you sit in the theater, you're like, what the hell's happening? I hear the score, but I can't hear the dialogues buried. And that was that way for Interstellar, Dark Knight Rises, certainly for Tenet, but he fixed it. He figured it out. And I told you guys that, and now you're all like, you're right. I could hear it this time. Thank you. Trust me. I don't want to. When I say things like this, it's almost like, Weber saying like how great he is. But let me explain something to you. I'm gonna say this as gently as I can. There are a shit ton of people in this space who literally have zero, and I mean zero, talent at evaluating films, but yet somehow they have a voice. I'm sorry. If we're going to do an American Idol for film critics, we're going to lose 90+% of them because they suck at what they do. I know I said I'm going to say it gently, but I can't. There's no way to put it any other way. Just because you want to do this does not mean you're good at it. I'm sorry, guys. If that breaks someone's heart, it's the reality of it. If you ask me to be a producer on a film when it came to budgeting numbers, the film would fall apart. Nothing would be on set. I wouldn't order things. I'm shit with numbers. Do not ask me to do accounting. But if you talk to me about ideas and creative decisions, I will nail them. And I'm telling you, there's too many people in the space who suck at this job. You need to pay attention to the people that know what they're talking about. And yes, I want to say I do. I think I've proven it over and over again. Was that good enough? was that chill enough? Was that not ego? Yeah, whatever. It is what it is. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate it. I mean, the other thing that you have to do here, and we'll get to some more comments, and I want to talk about Haunted Mansion next, but I want to say this, is the one thing that you have to do in what I am putting forth. You have to be fearless. You have to say what you believe and know what to be true. And I think a lot of people hold back, right? They don't know. They're not quite sure. Don't live that way. You've got to go ahead and put it all in. When the chips go, time to bet, slide them all in and go. Because you're better off risking things than holding back. And I think that this is the number one thing the channel, we never hold back. We say shit that other people wouldn't even dream of saying on a channel. Haunted Mansion bombed. Are you guys surprised? Of course you are. Can we just, by the way, just go back and revisit Thursday night stream again? Let's listen to what I had to say about the number for Haunted Mansion. Here's some guy in a pretty cool looking studio. If this film gets to 25 million, it'll be a crime. Do not see Haunted Mansion. There is not a single, let me bring it back for you one more time. There's not a single reason to see it because there are zero interesting qualities to this film. It's such a forgettable film and such an inauthentic film, and absolutely the cubic zirconia of emotional films. And the fact that it bombed, by the way, in case you missed it, I had it at 24.5. Do you want to see what it ended up with? Here we go. Let's share this tab and let's go domestic. What was the opening for it? It was 24.2. We were off by 300,000 on Haunted Mansion. That's why we rule. Give me a like, everybody. These other people come in and they do things after the fact. We're doing it Thursday night. We're giving you the number for Sunday on Thursday. I said 24.5. It's at 24.2. Come on. Come on now. Now, get ready because it's time to let's combo this. Let's get into the whack film review of the week. I just told you the Haunted Mansion sucks, and it does. I mean, it's being kind to even say sucks. Here's our good friend. Let's make it larger so you can see it. Let's see if I can get myself really small. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, from Cinema Crazed, Felix Vasquez Jr. A delight packed with chills and heart. This is when we say it's help me out, everybody. It is, Felix, we hate to tell you this, but it's over. There's no returning from that. In fact, here comes something I wanted to show you guys the other night, and I want to thank my friend Max Cohn for making this for us. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be, let me make sure it's big before I hit the button. Here we go. Everyone listen to this medley of a phrase you've heard a few times here on MMT. And now, Felix, you, my friend, are, help me out, everybody, Mission Impossible 7, over. It's over. And at that point, it's over. It'd be over. It's over. Because they know it's over. It's over. COVID's over. Okay. It's over. Let me help you with that. It's over. Just a few more seconds. Patty Jenkins, it's over. Damn straight it is, Patty Jenkins. And I was right. And damn right. You're damn right. You're damn right. Max, that was amazing. Thank you so much. But listen, you can't have takes like it's a delight packed with heart and chills. There's not a single, the only chill you get from watching Haunted Mansion is knowing you just spent 2 hours that you are never seeing again. That is a true chill. I will give Felix that. If he means that, then Felix, you are a hell of a film evaluator. You can't be this wrong. Felix, you, my friend, earned the whack film review of the week. Now it is time for the shill of the week because we're just going to go ahead and go 1-2 on this. I have to dig back into my DMs. Give me 1 second. I've got something. You guys get ready. It's one of our old shills is returning again tonight to share with us something that makes no sense whatsoever. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. It's Erick Davis. A round of applause, please. Everybody, please. Round of applause for the king of the shills. King Shill has arrived. It's Erick Davis. Erick Davis, Shill King. Bestow upon us something that is extra shilly. Well, guess what? Congrats, Team Fandango. Fandango played a huge part in the historic weekend success, selling 20% of the U.S. box office revenue for Barbie and 26% for Oppenheimer, including 30% of the IMAX domestic ticket revenue. As if Fandango didn't exist, Barbie and Oppenheimer would not be successes. In fact, we wouldn't even be talking about them if not for the almighty Fandango. By the way, Erick Davis, the director, of editorial and social at Fandango. What exactly is the editorial at Fandango? Nothing but relentless positivity about theatrical, which we love, don't get me wrong, but you can't be a film critic. Erick Davis, ladies and gentlemen, you, my friend, have won the Shill of the Week again. That is a multi-week winner for him. Very impressive work. And thank you. Yeah, Michael, stand up, everybody. Stand up for our boy Erick Davis. He's back. I can't wait to see him one time. I'd love, listen, I'm not even kidding you. I would love for him to come up and say something like, I'm like, what are you going to talk about? What are we going to talk about? What are you angry about? Like, why are you angry at me for being a shill? You're the shill. Why are you angry? Because I'm calling you out. What's wrong? If you don't like being called a shill, then don't be a shill. Don't be a shill. Well, don't tell Davis this because you use Adam. No, Aaliyah does. No, it's Fandango was the reason. That's right. Sotvic. We had him on as the shill, and the reviews were deleted. Do you guys remember that? I can go back and look. Someone find me the which one that was. All of a sudden, it disappeared. He's the Daniel Day-Lewis of the shills. Alex, that's very good. That's very good. Let's talk about Haunted Mansion because we glossed over the fact that it bombed, which is really important because it only added 9 more million internationally. So we're talking about a total of 33 million worldwide. This is another bomb. Go back. Look, we had Lightyear, right? We had Strange World. We had Elemental not doing the numbers. It picked up, but it still is going to lose the money. And of course, the Dial of Disaster. Disney has lost again. And I'm not kidding. I said this multiple times. If you still have a job at Disney, and you're the person who said, let's make a Haunted Mansion movie at $160 million, you have pictures of somebody at the place. There's no other way to explain it because you should be fired. I can't even believe they made the film. First of all, how many mistakes were made with Haunted Mansion? The first one is one that you can't recover from making the film, just like Dial of Disaster. Once you lock yourself into $300 million for Dial of Disaster, $160 million for Haunted Mansion, you have destroyed any chance of success. It's already helped me out over. So what happens after that doesn't matter, but let's extend it on Haunted Mansion. Next mistake. Let's put it out in July. What? Not around Halloween, not even like September. Let's put it out in July. What? Why July? Especially with the rest of the year being as shitty as it is. Someone should be fired just for leaving it where it is. Why didn't it move? There's nothing coming up. We just talked. Let's pull up. You know what? Let's pull up the schedule for the rest of the year. And you guys are going to be like, oh, shit. Weber wasn't kidding. There ain't jack. Let's go to my friend Alex, who runs firstshowing.net. And let's give him some love. Let's check it out. And let's roll down to July. I can't believe we're already here. I mean, I was just looking at this back in like April. Here we are. Okay. Next weekend will be very good. It's going to be a nice 1-2 punch of TMNT, Mutant Mayhem, and The Meg 2. Trust me, both those films are going to do better than people think. TMNT is going to be a hit. You just wait. I've seen it. Go back and check the reaction stream. I got 2 of them. And it's really fun. Really entertaining. Okay, let's go after that. Last Voyage of the Demeter. Oh, dead. Jules. It's like nobody even cares about that. Blue Beetle. Toast. Strays Strays is going to be a surprise hit. I told you that before. I'm telling you again. Keep going. Bottoms, good luck. Gran Turismo moved a little bit. Not going to work. I mean, just like minor. Equalizer 3, possibly. My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Oh my God, that trailer is one of the most painful things to sit through. The Nun 2 will do well because it's sanitized horror. I don't know if this one's R, but that'll do pretty well in September. But then you talk about Dumb Money. I'm excited for that. It's not a huge hit. The Creator, not a big hit. Saw X, maybe, like minor. The next time we have a movie that I'm excited to see, honestly, like really excited to see, Killers of the Flower Moon, October 6th. I literally have, what is that, 3 months? Shit, no, 2.5. 2.5 months. 2 months to wait for another movie I really want to see. I mean, why did you not move Haunted Mansion to then? Why didn't you put Haunted Mansion out October 6th? It's against Killers of the Flower Moon. Hold on, you're not even on my bad. I don't even have it up. Killers of the Flower Moon. is sitting there by itself on October 6th. Why did you not put Haunted Mansion there? Why am I on a YouTube channel on a Sunday night telling you, Disney, how to save your ass? It's happened so many times. Why am I here? Why am I not employed by Disney, Warner Bros.? No, I don't want to be employed by one of them. I want to be employed by all of them. They bring me as a consultant and they say, fire this person, get rid of that person, and then move this date and get rid of this scene. This scene's shit. Change this, cut it up, bring it down, give me the runtime at 1:35. I'm leaving. Give me my money. Thank you. I'm walking out. That's how you do it. It's literally like Krusty the Clown in the episode where he records his voice. He walks in with a bunch of cards. He's recording his voice for the doll. And he's like, hey, I'm Krusty. Next, hey, kids. Hey, he's just gunning through the shit. That's how I do. I'd walk in. They'd pull a limo up. I'd walk out. Here comes Weber. Show him the movie. I'd go, here's what you're going to do. 1, 2, 3. Goodbye. I'm out of here. Give me my money. Out next. Next, I'm rolling over to Disney. Do not make Haunted Mansion. Don't for 160. Who even suggested that? Jim, get your shit and get out of here. You're gone. Who's the one who greenlit Dial of Destiny? You're okay. Both of you. You're out. You don't even get 2 weeks severance. You're out for making that decision. You cost us hundreds of millions. Therefore, you're out on your ass. Oh, that's so mean, Eric. You're such a mean person. Hollywood is the nastiest place on the planet. I'd fit in perfectly with that attitude. It would be like, my God. This is what we needed so long ago. So Killers of the Flower Moon is going wide on the 20th, then fine. Then look, then the 6th has nothing, according to what I just looked at. The 6th, if it's limited, like New York, LA, there's nothing. There's nothing on the 6th. Why wasn't Haunted Mansion there? Why am I here? Guys, why am I here? Why am I doing a stream? When Disney I can walk to Disney. I could be there if I leave right now. If I walk off the stream and I carry you on with my phone to Disney, right? I'm just walking down the street. We're at Disney in less than 5 minutes. The hardest part is getting across the street where it's a little busy. That's it. Once and then we're there. And I'm here. Max, rock and roll, dude. Thank you so much for that. Because it is over. No, the stream's not over. It's not over. Okay, let's see. I got a few more things here. Let me see what else I got in the bag here tonight, and then we'll go to open comments. By the way, I'm rolling solo. So if I missed a super chat, please hit me and let me know. Give me 1 second. Let me see what else I have in the schedule here tonight. We've hit so much already. Okay. Oh, yeah. Let's do this. Let's do Talk to Me. Because I mentioned a little bit just a short time ago. Talk to Me makes $10 million. It is the second biggest debut ever for A24. That's so impressive, right? For a film they picked up at Sundance, bidding war against Universal. It debuted at Cannes. International rights were sold there. They brought it to Sundance. Then they had A24 and Universal bidding against one another. A24 wins. They're going to make a profit. I think they paid $6, something like that for it. So look, whatever they paid for the film, let's say it was 10. They're already at that number. So granted, you still have to make more, but the film's going to end up with like $20-25 million minimum. So you've made money on the movie. Brilliant pick. I would have done the same thing. Go back and watch the reaction stream from Thursday. I cut it out. It's a nice, tight little video. If you guys are missing some of these reactions within the stream, I'm doing my best to cut them out and turn them into literally like 2-3 minute videos. Super easy to digest. You'll get my top 3 takeaways from the film, what my score was, all that stuff. It's really easy for me to do that. And I think it's even more convenient for you to consume. But Talk to Me, brilliant pickup by A24. I would have done the same thing. I have some issues with the film, but from a pure, should we buy this film? Is it something that we should purchase? No question. Yes. Absolutely take the film. Let's talk about tonight's kid. It is Southampton, and one of my favorites, the black and red. Anything black and red, I'm in on. Red and black, especially black on red. Actually, it's red on black. That's like my favorite. Very few kits like that. This is tonight one of my favorites. Let's get into, I think I've covered everything. But I think with your comments, we're going to be fine. We're going to be able to go an hour here tonight because there's so much to talk about. Let me make sure I didn't miss any super chats. You guys are not making my life easy by giving me super chats. You guys suck. All of you. You do. For that alone. For nothing else, you guys suck. Mulchy's perfect comment to bring in here. It was an early comment, so I like bringing that in. Can we talk about Talk to Me's final 5 minutes? That's how you end a horror movie. Truly inspired. We're not going to give the movie away, but I will agree 1,000,000% with you. And the second time I walked in and watched the end of Talk to Me, I watched some Oppenheimer. I walked around from theater to theater yesterday. I was like, let's just bounce in and out of theaters. I went in to Talk to Me. Oh, Weber, who cares? I've already seen it. I paid AMC. I've got the A-list. There's empty seats. What's the big deal? I'm in there and I'm watching the end. If you haven't seen Talk to Me, highly recommend it for the ending alone. Mulchy, I agree. What a very strong comment. Gold star for you, because that is so smart, and I did not see it coming, but yet it is the perfect finish. I was a little surprised at that B plus cinema score for the film based on that finish, which is pretty much a downer, right? But it still has enough positivity if you think about the implications of what happened. It's really good though. It's a great ending. Mulchi, I agree with you. 120% nice call. Oh, you know what we need to talk about? We have not done this, and we need to because this is big. I didn't format it, and I'm so glad you brought it up, Omega Swiper. Mission Impossible 7. This is a huge disappointment for Paramount. Huge isn't strong enough. Massive, gargantuan. I mean, mind-blowingly bad. This film did not take off like we expected it to do. Let's pull up the box office on it and get the worldwide number. You're going to be like, what? This is after, was it now 3 weeks? Look at the worldwide number right now on this film. It's at $450 million worldwide. It's been released now for, is it 3 weekends? So 3.5, because remember, it started midweek. It's been in, this is not going well. And the worldwide numbers are not climbing to the level where you need this to go. I thought this film could hit $1 billion. Guys, I don't think we hit 600 million. I don't. Someone came in the comments this morning, by the way, if you've been watching the Breaking Box Office stream, it's a 10-minute stream Sunday morning. I definitely encourage you to do that. Join us on Sunday mornings about 9 a.m. here in LA, noon Eastern, and we'll go through those numbers. But you look at this, and this film should be higher than this. One of the comments said it's going to hit 700. No, I don't know who the YouTuber said it's going to hit 700. They don't know what they're talking about. It's at 450. And the international numbers are like 35 this weekend. And this weekend was what was the weekend this weekend? Hold on, domestic. It was like 10-7. This is not going to get to, if it gets to 600 million, it's going to be surprising. I mean, I think we end up at like 550, 575, maybe 580. Guys, this is like one of the biggest misses of the summer. As much as Tom Cruise wanted this to happen, as much as I thought it would happen, here's the question. Now you guys come in right now because I am kind of stumped. Why did this film not shoot to the moon like we anticipated it would? At 450 million worldwide, this is not dial a disaster, but it's not going to make Paramount any money. It's going to lose Paramount money. And the worst part is you still have a whole nother one to make and to release. So you better hope that people get excited for the finale because they weren't that excited to watch 7. They better be back for 8. We saw that happen with Fast X. Fast X didn't do tremendous numbers, and now they have to do a Fast 11. So what happened with this film? You guys come in with your comments right now. What happened with MI7? Other than the kids had no interest. That's one. No question. Michael, the MI7 thing is a debacle. My only guess, people are tired of super late sequels just like Fast X. They're one and the same, right? They are so similar in how they performed. And they're exactly what you just said, Michael. Gold star, super late. They were missed by a few years. And this is another great comment. Sound of Freedom heard it. Why did Sound of Freedom heard it? Someone came in this morning with a super chat. Brilliant, by the way. I keep forgetting to bring this up. I mentioned it a few times, but every time we talk about Mission Impossible, we need to mention Sound of Freedom. I don't care how the tickets have been given out, distributed, whatever the studio, I don't give a shit. The movie is over. Let's see what the number is on Sound of Freedom right now. Hold on. Let's do, what is the domestic? Okay, the total is 150 million on Sound of Freedom. So that's money that would have gone to MI7. They're similar audiences, older, conservative, right? Older conservative people like Tom Cruise. Older conservatives went to go see Sound of Freedom. I'm tired of hearing about Sound of Freedom being a faith-based film. It's not. It's not a faith-based film. It's faith-based film is something by Kirk Cameron. I mean, yeah, there's some religion in it, but it's like, whatever. It's a character. I mean, in the past, we had characters go to church. Did that make it a faith-based film because someone walked into church? So that's just dismissing the film. I don't like that. Sound of Freedom, 150 million, same audience, 100%. Mission Impossible's never been a huge box office juggernaut, and the release date didn't help. Release date, right up against Barbenheimer, definitely killed this film as well. Those are 3 really smart comments. Late, Sound of Freedom, bad release date. All of these things are, and also remember, there's been so many big films this year that people just felt like, I'm kind of burnt out, I'm going to take a break, and they waited for Barbie and Oppenheimer. So they missed the wave. I thought they would catch it because of Dial Disaster. Didn't happen. And I was totally wrong on that. I'm not gonna lie. I was 100% wrong, thinking this thing would make you $1 billion. It's not even close. Side effect. I said it should have been moved up a week. If this film would have been put out that week that we had Insidious, which opened with like 33 million, talk about underperforming in the middle of the summer. You move that up, Mission Impossible does better. Maybe we're at 500 million. Fine, whatever. That's still 50 million more. That's why these things are important. These release dates are everything. That's the one thing. Okay, if you ask me what's the one thing you'd be good at, it is release dates. Because to do that well, you have to be able to look at the landscape of everything that's coming out and say, this is going to flop, this, and then look the week before, week after, and then say, this is our opportunity. This film's going to bomb. This film's going to bomb. This is our time. But then people would say, they go back and look at Dial Disaster and say, well, look, it's Indiana Jones. It's going to do well. Like, no, it's not. It's Indiana Jones. Talk about super duper duper late. There's a sequel that should have never been made. That's our chance because that movie's going to bomb. Let's squeeze up next to that because when that bombs, there's going to be oxygen available for us to take in the marketplace. Why am I on YouTube? Damn it, I'm angry again. I don't want to do it. I'm not going to lose my shit. But why am I here on a stream spitting facts that are going to make the studios hundreds of millions of dollars, at least tens of millions? And I'm here, and the studios have these idiots in control, literally the dumbest human beings on the planet making these decisions. And don't tell me they don't know. How do I know? And I'm not working at Disney or Warner Brothers or Universal, and these other people have jobs getting paid six figures plus, and they are making terrible decisions. It's just wrong. It's wrong. It's like Grace Randolph being popular. It's just wrong. By the way, our breaking box office destroys movie math already. It's just like literally, here comes movie math, and we've got the bazooka. What happened? Movie math got destroyed. It got detonated. What happened to it? It's gone. What happened to it? Well, breaking box office destroyed it. Because why? Because just Weber's better than Grace Randolph. Well, that of course, that's very obvious to see. You just watch. There's Weber again. Shouldn't MI7 been released in August? Maybe. I mean, anything better. How about this? Giacomo. Anything is better than what we're seeing out of this film. So any other release date would be better than this. Yeah, movie math. I don't even watch it. Is it even? What does she say? Here's the thing. Can I rail on her for a minute? I know it's for those of you who love Grace Randolph. Just listen to me. I now have started breaking box office. We do it at 9. Those emails are coming in at 8:45, 8:30. I am live breaking through those emails. She posts movie math like halfway through the day because she has to figure out shit. So we do it live. We don't sit here and like ruminate shit. We just give me the facts, show it to me. Let's do this shit. It's breaking news. Here's what I got. Bring it up. We know what we're doing. Imagine having to sit around going, what am I going to say? That's never good. She totally reads off a teleprompter. Why does she have 942,000 more subscribers? It makes me furious, you guys, and you're to blame. Each and every one of you has not spread the MMT gospel across the land. You're to blame. Because we're 942,000 subscribers, which I just kind of laugh at. It's kind of fun. I don't care. Guys, honestly, I really don't. But it is kind of frustrating when you watch her and you go, what is this? She's reading from a teleprompter. She doesn't really know what she's talking about. And I'm here doing it live, seat of my pants. All this shit, I don't have a teleprompter. I'm reading from the computer. I don't have anyone helping me. Producer Nate's not even here tonight. I'm by myself. Grace is like a broken clock. It'd be right twice a day. Yeah, exactly, Brett, right? Fine, whatever. But mega YouTube, watch Breaking Box Office. So we do it live. It's harder. Here's what I'm going to say. An Oppenheimer review is terrible. Do we want to listen to it? No, I'll probably get it with a copyright strike if we listen to Grace Randolph talk about Oppenheimer, how we can't make a bad protagonist. I can't. I don't want to do it. Max, I love your stuff, but we can't. No way. Starling, I never watched the end of it, so I can't say, but it was just a little boring. But I will watch it before the year's over because I like the girl. The girl in Starling, I forgot all about that movie. Like these movies happen like during the year, and you go, what? Justice League level bust? For MI7, I mean, I it's not like you're crazy saying that. It did deserve better. I don't know what to tell you guys. It's really, it's befuddling, but yet it's understandable given everything we said. The funny thing about films and release dates and success, a lot of it just has to do with timing. And well, what does Grace Randolph have over us? She's been doing it for what, 10 plus years? If we've been doing MMT for 10 plus years, I promise you we'd have as many subscribers. I know this is going to sound, I don't care. We would have as many subscribers as Grace Randolph. She's the beneficiary of being one of the first in the market. Anytime you're first to market, you're always going to reap the benefits because people are like, well, I want someone to talk about movies. Well, here's this person that's not very good, but she's talking about movies. And we all know that we're going to, of course, cherish her and make her more important because she's a woman. I mean, it doesn't matter. By the way, if I'm hammering Grace Randolph, you need to understand this is 100%. Give me a lie detector. Read my mind right now. It has 0, and I mean 0% to do with the fact she's a woman. 0. So if you want to say that, just remember, you're the weak person, not me. You are, for even thinking that. You are the person who's flawed. I'm not. We're talking about her and her skill. We're not talking about her being a woman. I'm talking about her being a person who's communicating numbers and information and being able to do it live and talk for an hour straight. Good luck. It's not easy. And that's all I'm going to say. Sometimes it's terrible here. I mean, we can all agree it's absolutely terrible here sometimes. A Lonely Lizard, as much as I agree Dune Part 2 shouldn't be delayed, I hope Disney's Wish isn't delayed either. I know you're excited for Wish. You've said that many times. Wish looks pretty good. It's just hard for me to get excited about a movie I feel like I've seen a million times, right? Here's a princess. Here's a wish. I don't care what the spin of it is. It's talking animals. It's songs. it's shit we've seen. I want to watch Tar. Have I ever mentioned that I want to watch Tar again? Have I ever mentioned that I want to watch films like, even Talk to Me? I want to watch movies like Tar. I don't want to watch movies like Wish. I'll watch it. I'm sure it's fun. I want to watch movies like most of the ones you see behind me. I don't want to watch Wish. I want to see things that challenge me. Films like Nightmare Alley's up there now. Do you guys see it? It's kind of hard to see. That's Nightmare Alley. The Batman's here. Lego Batman, funny as hell. French Dispatch, Sound of Metal. Defy Blood's not good, but that box cover is straight fire. Look at that thing. Do you see it back there? It's kind of obscured. You got to trust me. It's amazing. It's one of the best FYC covers I've ever seen. We added the Minions. That is hold on. Let me pull the comment down. We got to get rid of all the banners. Hold on. Give me a second so you can see. I'm going to demonstrate. This is called stalling. This is called filling time, everybody. We added, is that Kevin? I think that's Kevin. That's an FYC screener. We have, oh my God, Everything Everywhere. I can't believe it's there, but it did win an Oscar for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Screenplay. Holy crap. Zero Dark 30's back there. I want to watch films like that, right? I want to see character studies. And what 2 films are character studies that are doing well right now? Barbie, character study. Oppenheimer, character study. Yes, Barbie's a character study. It's Ken and Barbie. It's their characters. That's all that film is. And Oppenheimer, trust me, my God. I want to see ensembles. I want to see based on true stories. I want to see Tar. Oh, wait, Tar's not right? How often do you say that? If you haven't seen Tar, first of all, just turn the channel off and go watch right now. When you watch that film, what's the magic? You're like, Lydia Tarr's real. This is based on this is the life of the composer Lydia Tarr. And you're, whoa, shit, this is not real. Everyone thought that it was a real character. That's how great Todd Field and Tarr, and obviously she is in that role. When you look at Cate Blanchett and everyone involved, every element of that film is just, man, God, if you want, what film do you want? What kind of film do you want to watch? I want to watch Tar all day, all night. I want to watch a million films that feel just like Tar. Depressing, leads that are not likable. Nothing wrong with that. Sorry, Grace Randolph. You can't have a lead who's not enjoyable. Listen, guys, I'm going to let you guys do, since I don't have the MMT must-see tonight. We have about let's go 10 minutes and we'll wrap it in an hour. I don't have the must-see ready. I don't even have, I've been doing so many, you guys can recommend one right now. I'll look through and I'm going to pick one. What is your must-see for the night? And in fact, I'm going to actually get in here right now and get ready to change the graphic to whatever I decide is the best film that you need to see. Come in right now with what film. Don't make it obvious. Don't give me something like watch Drive. Ah, God. I mean, listen, Drive or a Tar, anything going. Don't say Taxi Driver. Don't say Raging Bull. Don't say Shoplifters. We've already used that. God, I love Shoplifters. Um, oh, there's some good ones coming in right now. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. I got a super chat. Gone girl. Yes, of course I will. You could just hand it to me. I see you at the 16 all the time. You can just bring your script. I'll look at it. But I'm going to warn you, Gone Girl. You know this is true. You know if I don't like it, I'm going to say it's not good. And by the way, Max, I need to watch your short film. I will. Not true. I definitely did not say this. I did not say this. None of this is true. None of this happened. Okay. Some things have happened in life. No, I disagree with this 100% Meg YouTube completely. Red Rocket, no. Let's stop on Red Rocket for a minute because we got a minute. Red Rocket is, wow, what a film to diagnose. Okay, here's what I'm going to tell you about that film. I think that Sean Baker, from a filmmaker perspective, shoots on film, shoots real grounded stories. I don't love his screenplays. I think Florida Project's better than Red Rocket. Red Rocket is a better film. Let me fix Red Rocket. Erick's Fix It. Forget Fix It, Felix. It's Weber's Fix It Hatchet Job. Here we go. Here's how you fix Red Rocket. You get rid of, what's the strawberry? What's her name? The girl. The whole thing with him hanging out with like a 17-year-old girl, creepy, weird, don't like it. And also the comedy. Make Red Rocket about a porn star who leaves the business and then has to rebuild his life, but make it depressing as hell. Don't make it some weird comedy like that is not really funny. And I just love the way it looks and the way it's shot and everything about it. Sean Baker, you can direct my film, but you cannot write it. That's what I'd say about Sean Baker. So make YouTube, that's 0 for 2 for you, by the way, because Itan is not a great film either. It's got great style. You're talking about two directors who know how to deliver a film, the look, the polish, that's really fantastic, really, really interesting to watch. But from a screenplay perspective, neither of those films is great. Neither one. You need to, as much as I love tech on film, you need to have at least a decent screenplay or a very good one. And Red Rocket used to be up on the wall. I took it down because I think as a screenplay, it's just not the right screenplay. I want to watch Red Rocket as a grounded tar, not as some kind of goof comedy where he's dating a 17-year-old. It's just creepy. It's weird. It's not funny. I didn't like Red Rocket from the screenplay at all. In fact, it's one of my least favorite screenplays of, what was that, 19 or 20, 21. Not a great film. I do love, Itan's not, I love cool, weird films. Itan's not a great film. Not at all. It's completely inaccessible. Zero emotion. It's got some cool shots, and that's it. I don't know if I saw mostly Martha. Brett. Some of these I missed. Tangerine looks amazing. I'm not familiar with Band Slam either. Baby Driver, good call. In Bruges, good call. Half Magic, Clockwork Orange, old school, 100%. RoboCop, love it. There's some good stuff in here. I'm trying to find the Lighthouse. Filmmaking, yes. Screenplay, no. Witch, I prefer. Eggers, I would definitely go Witch over Lighthouse. I would go Witch. I would go Northman. Lighthouse. Lighthouse is awesome to look at. Love the experimental quality of it, but of a screenplay, the fart stuff doesn't work. It's not funny at all. Like, people were dying, and I'm like, what is wrong with you guys? This isn't funny. Aftersun. Well, of course, how often have we talked about Aftersun? For me to say watch Aftersun is kind of like, we've already done this. That's the problem. Naked Lunch, cool, 1 hour photo. The Novice. There's some really good. How about a good horror film? So let me think. Hold on. Let me just piece together. I got to go back. Let me just stay recent, because it's always stuff you remember recently that's going to work. I'm going to go back and do it again because I've done it so many times. I'm going to do it now. And you know what I'm going to do? Because I don't think they give a shit, I'm going to do it because this is how much I believe in the film. I am going to show a trailer here, and I don't care if I don't think there's going to be a copyright infringement because it's just small film. If anything, they should be thanking me for doing this. We're going to watch a trailer for a film that I adore, and I told you guys to watch many times, and I think tonight's the night that it happens. I'm going to show the trailer for Funny Face. Okay, this is one of my favorite films of the past 5 years, and it's a very small film. Here we go. It's a minute and 31 seconds. Get ready. Hold on. Get ready. Trailer live here on. First of all, a couple things I want to point out before we get started here. This is, in my estimation, one of the best independent films I have seen of the past numerous years. And it has everything I'm looking for in a film. It's got badass cinematography. It's got a score, and you're going to hear the score in a second, that is really impressive. And it's tight. It's like 90 minutes. Here's Funny Face, directed by Tim Sutton. Let's watch the trailer.
What's with the mask?
I don't know. Maybe I'm like a superhero or something.
Scored so good.
Arranging the skyline in your image. Kicking us out of our home to build a parking lot? I want that man dead.
This he cares about money. He don't care about a loser. Time to do something.
Look at the cinematography, guys.
Really do something.
Do what?
Look at that shot.
He's going to pay.
Look at that shot. Look at that shot.
Pay.
I swear, they come near me, I'm gonna kill him.
It's not building, it's money laundering.
That scene's crazy right there. Okay, so Funny Face is 90 minutes. You're going to find that on virtually every streaming service. And I don't usually do directors' questions. Like if someone said, hey, do you want to talk to this director? I would say no. If I get a chance to talk to Tim Sutton, I could talk to him about this film for over an hour. I want to discuss this film. I want you guys to watch Funny Face. I know this is not a normal thing for me to bring up a film like this, and you guys are like, that's what MMT is. That's what this is. This channel is all about finding gems like Funny Face. You need to watch it. Come back here. Next stream's likely going to be on Thursday, and you need to tell me how awesome this film is. And I want you to pay attention to cinematography, score, assembly, screenplays cool. It's got a lot. It's set in Brooklyn. Settings unbelievable. This is very strong filmmaking in a film that deserves a lot more attention. If this were an A24 or Neon film, you would all love Funny Face. So tonight, I'm going to wrap with that because honestly, that's why this channel started. And I think it's a great way to end. Live from LA. MMT, see you back here likely Thursday. Community tab if it happens before then. Until then, thanks for being here. I'm out.